Hello and welcome to Middle Eastern Thursday. So today, guys, it is all about the latest launch from KHADLAJ, which is the KHADLAJ Celeste collection. This is a collection that has 4 different fragrances that cover the span of 4 different scent profiles. So you have a fragrance that has more of like an aquatic feel and quality to it, another one that's a gourmand, the other one is more of a floral fragrance, and of course, last but not least, we have a fruity one. So today I'm going to be sharing them with you. I'm going to be giving you all the details, and I also will be linking them for you in the description box along with a discount code. Now I have to tell you, these 4 fragrances, I did have them in my cart and I was about to order them when literally I heard the doorbell and I ran, and guess what it was? It was a package that had the 4 fragrances. So if the KHADLAJ team is watching, thank you so much for sending me these fragrances. It really does help me with the channel, so thank you. But before we jump right in, if this is your first time here, I'm Arahi, and I'm your fragrance concierge because I'm totally committed to creating the best fragrance experience for you. I upload videos multiple times a week, and on this channel, we love to talk about all types of fragrances. So if that sounds like the type of content that you're interested in and like a good plan, then please consider subscribing, give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget, leave a comment. Let's go. So I do have some housekeeping items that I do want to bring you up to date on. So first of all, last week I did announce the winner of the 3 Middle Eastern fragrances, right? And I have not heard from the fan member. I will be sharing the winner again today during this video. And if I don't hear from this fan member, as much as I hate to have to do it, I am going to be picking and announcing another winner during the Chatty Scent Corner video of this Saturday morning. So please, if you know the fan member that won the 3 fragrances, please let them know that they need to reach out to me via DM on Instagram so that I can get their shipping information and send out the fragrance. Also, at some point during this video, I am going to be announcing the winner of the other Middle Eastern fragrance giveaway that I did announce last week. Last but not least, in case you watch all of my videos, I did announce the winner of the designer fragrance on Tuesday, and just yesterday I announced the winner of the niche fragrance. So please be sure to check those videos if you did participate in those giveaways. Now in this video, when I announce the winner of the Middle Eastern fragrance of this week, I will also be sharing with you a major giveaway that I am not necessarily responsible for, but I just want to make sure that you're aware of it. The other thing that I did want to share with you is that there will be a bonus Middle Eastern fragrances video this coming Monday because I have 2 Toffee fragrances, which I'm sure you know what they are, that I do have to share with you. And I was going to make that today's content, but I decided not to because I feel like I really need to wear one of them one more time before giving you my final thoughts. So just be on the lookout for that extra video this coming Monday. All right, so let's go ahead and start with Celeste Joice. So this fragrance opens up very fruity, very sweet, not sickly sweet, but it is a sweet fragrance. It opens up very fresh, fruity, and sweet. And I pick up clearly on the strawberry and the pear. Like, I know that there's other fruits involved, but I'm telling you that the one that I pick up immediately, first the strawberry and then the pear. And then they're like together, but I pick up on both of those fruits. Now, as the journey continues, I do pick up on the rose. And the rose is actually the floral that I pick up on the most. The jasmine is present, but it's a little bit faint. It's not really like a present jasmine, if you know what I mean. It's kind of like kind of faint and weak in the background because the rose takes more of a front seat. At that, the rose in this fragrance is not like a very crisp rose. It's not jammy, it's not dated, but it is a rose that has already bloomed. I also pick up like on a bit of a nutty quality. And I know that it's coming from the praline note, right? But it is just a bit of nuttiness. It's like the blend is so exquisitely done in this fragrance, guys, that I think that that's why, some of these notes come across as weak, but they're present because I can pick them up. But all in all, at the dry down, you're going to have a creamy, rich, a bit sweet, kind of fruity fragrance that has a bit of a floral touch to it on a background of vanilla and some woodiness. Now, the vanilla in this fragrance is not a very strong vanilla, as in, is it a little bit intense? Like, do you get a ton of vanilla? No, that's not what I get in the fragrance. But what I can tell you is that at the dry down, you are going to know that this is a fruity floral. For me, this is not necessarily just a fruity fragrance. This is more of a floral fruity fragrance. I think that this is a fragrance that is perfect for any age and honestly for any occasion, day or night. You can dress it up, you can dress it down. This is a very lovely fragrance. It's not my favorite. I will let you know which ones are my favorite, not because of anything, but to be honest with you, it's just not very groundbreaking in my opinion. This is a scent profile and a scent that, I know that I already have in my collection in general, whether it's Middle Eastern or otherwise. So that's why it's really not my favorite, but it is a very, very lovely fragrance that I think is very suitable for the spring and summer seasons. You may be even able to pull it off in other seasons of the year. There is absolutely no oud and no musk in this fragrance, and I think that this is more of a feminine fragrance. I don't think that this is unisex leaning to the feminine side. I think that this is truly a feminine fragrance. So the next one that I want to share with you is Celeste Fleur. So this is a fragrance that opens up with a bit of nuttiness. It's also a bit fruity in the opening, and I pick up clearly on the note of pear, but that nuttiness is coming like from the hazelnut, and it is very, very clear to me. But the most interesting part to me about this fragrance is that it also has a boozy quality, and the fragrance opens up with it. Now, when it comes to florals in this fragrance, the dominant floral clearly to my nose is the note of violet. And something that I really enjoy about this fragrance, guys, is that there is a spiciness to it, and the spiciness is coming from like the note of myrrh. At the dry down, you are going to get a very, very lovely fragrance that is like a fruity floral kind of fragrance where the violet is still dominant, and the fragrance is going to be powdery, not very powdery, but it is definitely a powdery dry down, and you are going to get a bit of woodiness and that vanilla slash caramel kind of scent. I tell you, this fragrance is very, very lovely. It doesn't really remind me of anything. It really doesn't. I think that this is a very enjoyable fragrance. I think it is best suited for the spring season, not necessarily for the summer, but I do think that you could get away with using it in the summer and definitely the fall. To me, this is a fragrance that truly is unisex, but it does lean to the feminine side. Not heavy, but it does lean to the feminine side. But I could see a gentleman pulling off this fragrance because that violet really makes the fragrance, although it has those fruity notes and it does have that vanilla and that caramel, it really does give the fragrance quite a bit of character. This fragrance, I think, is best suited for the ages of 25 plus. And while it has no oud, it does have musk. But the good news is that the musk here is a very smooth and beautifully done musk, more of like a level 2. In all honesty, I think that any quirk that I could mention about this fragrance is really a function of it needing to like sit and macerate for a while. That's really what I think is going on with this fragrance. But all in all, it is a very, very pleasant fragrance from the get-go. Now, the next fragrance that I have for you from this collection, I'm going to tell you right now that I am in love with this one. And this one is called Celeste Toffee. Now, I am going to compare it to a couple of fragrances, so just hold on tight. Let's go ahead and talk about Celeste Toffee. So this fragrance opens with a very, very strong caramel note. And at the same time, it does open lactonic. But the opening, while being lactonic and having that very strong caramel note, and of course it is sweet, is not cloying. There is an airiness to the fragrance that I'm really, really enjoying. I also have to tell you that from the get-go, this one brought to mind immediately when I first sniffed it. It gave me like Bianco latte vibes. It was like a Bianco latte moment, but this fragrance is really not full-on Bianco latte to me. I don't want to focus on that, but I did want to let you know that. But at that, this one is much airier. It is less lactonic in the opening and in general, and it does bring a very smooth, like creamy caramel quality to it. Something also that's very curious to me is that, I thought when I saw the notes of this fragrance and I saw coffee, I thought, oh, okay, well, it's going to be maybe like a latte kind of thing with like some, I don't know. I don't even know what I thought, but the milk, the caramel, the coffee. But I have to tell you that I am not really getting coffee in this fragrance at all whatsoever. Maybe, after it has a chance to sit, I'll pick up on the coffee. But to me, this fragrance is just exquisite. This is truly the gourmand fragrance in this group because this is just yumminess. But what I really love about it is that this is a lactonic fragrance and it is a gourmand, but I think it will be a perfect fit for the spring and summer seasons. I am loving this fragrance. That airiness is a very welcome change to that whole kind of Bianco latte scent profile vibe. This is truly, to me, not Bianco latte per se, but of course it is giving me the vibes, but I am also enjoying that caramel, and the amount of vanilla that they have in here is just exquisite. The other thing that I absolutely love about this fragrance is that the note of honey, which is a note that's not very easy to get right in a fragrance, here has been done exquisitely. As a matter of fact, I really think that, it's called Toffee and the bottle has this color, but to me, this is more about the honey than the toffee, because while I am getting hints of what could be considered toffee, I'm not really convinced that it's toffee. I think it's a combination of that lactonic note with the caramel. I just think that the way that the honey and the vanilla mix together here is just absolutely exquisite. This is a fragrance that has absolutely no oud, but it does have musk. And I would say that the musk here is like a level 4. But although a level 4 means that you are going to pick up truly, not heavy, but the musk is present and you're not going to avoid it. The musk here is not, it doesn't have an animalic quality to it at all. It's a very beautifully done. Is it smooth? I would say that it's kind of smooth, not very smooth, because I'm telling you, you're going to pick up on that musk, but it is definitely one that goes very well with all the other notes, and the blend is just exquisite in this fragrance. I tell you, I don't know what is it, but I am really in love with this one because for me, this scent profile can be very cloying. This is a scent profile that I would never pull in my other fragrances, including Bianco Latte and another one that I'm going to compare it to in a minute. I would not pull those fragrances, during anything but fall and winter. But this is one that you could probably pull off all year. I also think that this is perfect for any age, for any occasion, day and night, as long as you love a good gourmand, because you are going to smell not necessarily like food per se, but you're going to smell yummy. So now let me go ahead and just compare it to a couple of fragrances that I know that if I don't speak about these fragrances, you're going to ask me in the comment section. So I'm sure you're going to ask me, how does it compare to Shaghav's Vanilla Toffee? Because this one also has vanilla and toffee. I am here to tell you that to me, these are not the same whatsoever. Like, they're not even on the same spectrum, guys. Like, truly, I understand why you would think that these two may have similarities, but I am telling you, these two are completely different. So I'm not even going to touch it because they really are not the same. Now let's talk about Bianco Latte. Now when it comes to Bianco Latte, what I find in this fragrance is, again, This is such an airy fragrance, something that you do not find in Bianco Latte. Bianco Latte, to me, while I love the fragrance, it can be a little bit cloying if not worn during the appropriate weather or temperature, right? Again, this is not a fragrance that I would pull during the spring and summer seasons. This one, Bianco Latte, is perfection for like fall and winter. But I am telling you that, oh, this Toffee one is just exquisite. All year round, you could probably layer with it because it's that airy and it'll add like a twist. I really would love to like layer this fragrance with like a fragrance that has more of a zesty quality, because I have a feeling that that would be a beauty. But anyway, these two, while they give you the same vibe to a certain extent, they're really not 100% the same. The last thing that I did want to tell you about Celeste Toffee is that this is one that I feel more comfortable telling you, how it's wearing, because it is performing considerably well because it hasn't had a chance to sit. It's giving me truly 6 hours without having to overspray. It's giving me a strong projection during the first, I would say, 45 minutes to an hour. After that, it does become a skin scent, but it does give me a full 6 hours. All in all, guys, I really, really am loving this fragrance. It's a very welcome change, again, to this scent profile. Okay, so now let's talk about the last one and my favorite in this collection, which is Celeste Aqua. Okay, so this fragrance to me is reminiscent, as in it reminds me of Tom Ford's Neroli Portofino. Now that is a fragrance that I absolutely love. And I am going to tell you right off the get-go that this one is definitely a unisex fragrance. Does it lean to the feminine side? No. Does it lean to the masculine side? No, not in my opinion. This is truly a unisex fragrance. At that, this one performs exquisitely, guys. It has not had a chance to sit and it's already giving me a full day wear with a very strong projection during the first 90 minutes. Then it becomes a scent bubble for like another hour and then a skin scent. But when I tell you, this smells glorious. But this truly does remind me and gives me the vibe of Tom Ford's Neroli Portofino. This is a fragrance that opens very fresh, kind of zesty and citrusy. And I clearly pick up on a note of like bergamot and like lemon. But at that, there is a note that has not been disclosed, but that I pick up on clearly, and it's the note of lavender. So this opening is exquisitely beautiful and fresh and citrusy and perfection for the spring and summer seasons. As the journey continues, the fragrance starts to become a bit fresh, spicy. You start to pick up on a spicy quality to the fragrance, but the fragrance never loses its freshness because it's all about the freshness. And those citrusy notes are forever present throughout the entire olfactory journey, at the dry down, and throughout the wear of the fragrance. But when that fresh, spicy quality comes in, you're going to pick up on the note of ginger, and it just takes the fragrance to the next level. I absolutely love a well done note of ginger, and here it is perfection. In addition to the lavender, I do pick up on the violet, and the violet does bring an air of like powderiness to the fragrance, but the fragrance, at least on my skin, does not become powdery until the dry down. At the dry down, the fragrance is not super powdery, but it's definitely powdery. But all in all, at the dry down, what you are going to get is an exquisitely beautiful, beautiful scent that is perfection for spring and summer, where you are going to have a citrusy, musky, ambery fragrance that has touches of purple florals on a background of woodiness. And when I tell you, it is just exquisitely beautiful. You will definitely fall in love with this fragrance. But I must tell you that you must be into purple florals because they're here in an unapologetic way. They are here to stay. And you also have to enjoy a freshy, citrusy fragrance that is truly unisex. It does not lean to the feminine side. It does not lean to the masculine side. This is definitely a unisex fragrance. This is a fragrance that I think is best suited for the ages of 25 plus. It has absolutely no oud, but it does have musk. Now the musk is a full-on like level 2, which means that it is a very smooth musk. You are going to pick up on it, but it is super, super smooth, and it does not have an animalic touch at all to it. It is just an exquisitely beautifully done musk-based fragrance. All right, so now that we finished today's review, I wanted to go ahead and let you know about a giveaway, a very special giveaway that's going on. And I do have a short here on the channel where I shared with you the details, and I also did include it in my stories on Instagram. But in case you missed it, I wanted to let you know that Paris Corner is launching a fragrance called Indomitable. Now that is a fragrance that I've had with me for quite some time, and I've had the opportunity to use it and test it, and to be honest with you, fall madly in love with it. No, I don't think it's inspired by anything because it does not remind me of anything, not the notes, not the scent profile, not the scent itself of the fragrance. And again, I've had the chance to use it quite a bit. Now that is a fragrance that is being launched, if I recall correctly, on April 19th, and there will be a big launch party in New York City, of course, for this fragrance. Now the fun part is that there is a giveaway, and the giveaway is an all expenses paid trip to New York City to attend the official launch party for this fragrance. Of course, I will be there, and I would be so happy if you could join me. Now, to qualify for this giveaway, all you have to do is pre-order the fragrance. I will be leaving a link in the description box of this video along with a discount code, and as soon as you place your order, you will be a part of this giveaway. I am not responsible for that giveaway, but I just wanted to make sure that you were aware that this is going on because I think that this is a great opportunity. And to be honest with you, I think that once I speak to you in detail about that fragrance, you're going to end up picking it up anyway, because believe me, it is very, very special. It is just incredible. I wish that I could share the notes and share some of the accords, but of course I'm not allowed to. But anyway, so just go ahead and place your order if you're interested in participating in this giveaway. So now that we have that out of the way, I'm going to go ahead and share with you the winners of the 3 giveaways that I have already announced here on the channel. And then towards the end, I will also be sharing with you the winner of the Maisonna's Raw Pink Crush fragrance. To all the winners, congratulations. I am sure you are going to enjoy all of these incredible fragrances. To the rest of the fam, you know that there'll be many more giveaways to come, so please don't be disappointed. So that is all that I have for you today. As always, thank you so much for hanging with me, and I will see you all in the next video.